Hey guys, what's up? It's Awesome Sports 13 here. Today I'm on a call with Monster Jam Firestorm and Delta.
What up?
And I am here with Spin Master Monster Jam Football Season 1, and I am here with the playoffs. So as you guys can tell, the season is over, and these are the teams for the AFC, and these are the teams for the NFC. And we are going to go ahead and get started with the AFC side. So the 7 seed, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the 2 seed Baltimore Ravens will face off first. It will be a 7-race series, meaning it's best of 7, and the first to 4 wins will advance to the next round. And and when it comes to the lanes, the 2 seed will have this side, and the 7 seed will have this side. And so we're just gonna have. I think personally I'm going to switch up the lanes for each race. So, it's just a matter of where they start is really the only point of that. And, so the 1 seeds are over there. The 1 seed for the NFC being the Packers, and the 1 seed for the AFC being the Texans. So, we are going to go ahead and get started with the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And here we go. Race number 1 of the playoffs is underway. The first win of the race will be the Steelers. Now we are on to the next race as the Steelers currently lead 1-0. And it is going to be the Steelers again. It is now 2-0 Steelers. Now let's see what's going to happen here in race 3. And the Ravens will take race 3. So it is currently 2-1 Steelers. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen here in race 4. And the series is now tied at 2-2. And here we go. This is a big race right here. Let's see who's going to take it. And it will be the Ravens, and the Ravens are up 3-2. And here we go. Will the Ravens move on to the divisional round, or will the Steelers tie it? And the Ravens are moving on to the divisional round. All right, you guys, so the Steelers are officially eliminated, and the Baltimore Ravens are moving on to the divisional round, as now, for the next wild card matchup, we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos. And the Broncos lead the series 1-0. And here we go with race number 2. And the Broncos lead 2-0. Now, the Broncos are on a very hot run. Let's go ahead and see what happens here in race 3. And the Broncos are up 3-0 as they are on the verge of a sweep over the Bengals. And here we go. If the Broncos win this race, they will move on to play the Ravens in the divisional round, or will the Bengals come back? Let's see what happens here in race 4. And the Bengals will take race 4. And now, let's see what happens here in race 5. The Bengals will take race 5. Here we go. Can the Broncos get it done, or will the Bengals tie the series and force a race 7? And the Broncos will beat the Bengals and move on to the divisional round. So sorry to Monster Jam Collector Racing and the Cincinnati Bengals, but better luck next time in season number 2 as the Denver Broncos move on to face off against the Baltimore Ravens. And here we go, the final matchup from the AFC side, as whoever wins this series will play the Houston Texans in the divisional round. So here we go. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Miami Dolphins. Let's see what happens here in race 1. And the Dolphins will win race 1. Now let's see what happens here in race 2. The Dolphins will take race 2. Let's see what happens here now in race 3. The Dolphins will win race 3. And now the Dolphins are on the verge of a sweep over the Jaguars. Let's see what's going to happen. And the Dolphins will sweep the Jaguars to eliminate them. And the Dolphins are moving on to play the Texans in the next round. All right, you guys, and now we are on to the NFC side. As here in matchup number 1, the Chicago Bears will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and see what happens here in race 1. And oh my God, the Bears will take race 1. I don't know what's wrong with my English today. Now we are on to race number 2. And the 49ers will take race 2. All right, so the series is tied at 1-1. Let's go ahead and see what happens here in race 3. And the 49ers will take race 3. 49ers are up 2-1. Let's go ahead and see what happens here in race 4. And the 49ers are now up 3-1. All right, so if the 49ers win one more time, they will advance. But if the Bears win, they have a shot to maybe tie the series and come back and win. Let's see what happens. And the 49ers will hit the line first and eliminate Coleslaw in the Chicago Bears. So sorry to you. You had a great season, but the San Francisco 49ers are headed to the divisional round. And here we go. Now we are on to matchup number 2 as we have the Saints taking on the Commanders. And the Commanders, I believe, won that. I'll look back at the replay because I don't know really who won that. All right, you guys, so I did look back at the replay, and the Commanders did win race number 1, as now we are on to race number 2. And the Saints will take race 2. Now we are on to race number 3, with the series being tied at 1-1. And the Saints will now lead the series 2 races to 1. And here we go. Let's see what happens here in race number 4 with the Saints being up 2-1. And the Commanders will take series 4, or race number 4. Series is now tied at 2-2. Let's go ahead and see what happens here in the tiebreaker. The Saints will lead the series 3-2. And here we go. If the Saints move on, they will move on to first the Packers, and if the Commanders move on, or if the Commanders win, well, this series is going to a race number 7, but here we go. And the Commanders will win and force a race number 7. And here we go, race 7. Let's see what's going to happen. Will the Saints move on to play the Packers, or will the Commanders move on to play the 49ers? Here we go. And the Saints with a comeback to beat the Commanders, and the New Orleans Saints are moving on to play the Packers. All right, you guys, and as you guys can tell, we need to do one more series, and here it is right here. The Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers best of 7 series. Let's go ahead and see who will win race 1. And it will be the Buccaneers taking race number 1. And here we go with race number 2. And the Cardinals will take race 2. And here we go. The series is now tied at 1. Let's see what happens here in race 3. And it will be the Cardinals taking race 3. Now let's see what happens here in race number 4. And the Cardinals are a win away from advancing, as the Buccaneers have now lost 3 straight. And here we go. Will the Arizona Cardinals move on right here, or can the Buccaneers force a race 6? And the Buccaneers will force a race 6. And here we go. What's going to happen here? Will the Bucs force a race 7, or will the Arizona Cardinals advance to play their division rival, San Francisco 49ers? And the Buccaneers will force a race 7. Unreal. And here we go. It is race 7. Whoever wins this race right here will play the San Francisco 49ers. Here we go. And the Cardinals will hit the line first and will advance to the next round. So sorry to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had a great season, 11-6. I did not expect them to do that good, but the Arizona Cardinals are moving on. And here we go. Here are our matchups for the divisional round, as we have the 4-seed Miami Dolphins taking on the 1-seed Houston Texans. We have the 3-seed Denver Broncos taking on the 2-seed Baltimore Ravens for the AFC. For the NFC, we have the 6-seed New Orleans Saints taking on the 1-seed Green Bay Packers. And we have the 5-seed Arizona Cardinals taking on the 2-seed San Francisco 49ers. So, let's go ahead and see who's going to the championship series. And here we go. We have the Dolphins and the Texans. Who will be moving on? And the Texans will take race 1. Now let's see what happens here in race 2. And the Texans will take race 2. Now let's see what happens here in race 3, as the Texans are dominating so far. And here we go. And the Dolphins will take race 3. Let's see what happens here in race 4 as it is 2-1 Texans in the series. It will be 3-1 Texans, and the Texans are one race win away from heading to the championship series. And here we go with race number 5 as the Texans can move on, or will the Dolphins keep the series alive? And the Dolphins will keep the series alive. It is now 3-2 Houston, as Houston still needs one more win to advance, or will the Dolphins force a race number 7? And the Dolphins will force race 7 over the Texans. And here we go. It all comes down to this. The Dolphins or the Texans who will move on to the championship series. And it will be the Dolphins. Unbelievable. The Texans were the 1 seed and had a 3-1 lead over the Dolphins. I am so sorry to, I believe that's Mac Bulldog Mac and the Texans. You did so good, but just wasn't good enough as the Dolphins will move on to the championship series. Unreal. And now, let's see who will face the Miami Dolphins in the AFC Championship Series as we have the Broncos taking on the Ravens. And the Ravens will take race 1. And let's see what happens here in race 2 as the Ravens currently lead it 1-0. And the Broncos will take race 2. Let's see what happens here in race 3. The Broncos will take race 3. Let's see what happens. This is a very big race number 4 coming up. And the Broncos will take race 4, and the Broncos are 1 win away from advancing to the championship series. And here we go. Will the Broncos advance to play the Dolphins in the championship series, or will the Ravens come back? It will be the Broncos headed to the championship series. So sorry to whoever was in the Ravens. You did so good, but better luck next time in Season 2 as the Denver Broncos are headed to the championship series. Now it is the NFC's turn as the New Orleans Saints will take on the Green Bay Packers. And the Saints lead the series 1-0. Now we are on to race 2. And the Saints will take race 2 as they just barely hit the line first. Now we are on to race 3. And this time the Packers will take race 3. And here we go with race 4. And the Saints will take race 4. And the Saints are on the verge of a championship series. And here we go with race 5. Can the Saints move on, or will the Packers come back? And the Saints will move on. You guys could just barely hear the clink. So sorry to the Green Bay Packers. They were the best team in the league this year. So sorry to you, but clearly not as good as the Saints, as the Saints beat them in 5 races and will move on to the championship series. And now we will have potentially the best series of the video as the New Orleans Saints have moved on to the championship series. But here we go. We have a divisional round between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers beat the Cardinals 2 times in the regular season. Let's go ahead and see what happens here in race number 1. And the that was close. So the 49ers did take race 1. They just barely hit the line. As you guys could tell, I was like, oh, that's really close at the end of the clip. But, yeah, now we are on to race number 2. And the 49ers will win race 2. Now we are on to race 3. And the Cardinals will win race 3. Now we are on to race number 4. And the 49ers are on the verge of a championship series as they beat the Cardinals. And here we go. Will the 49ers win on this race, or will the Cardinals force a race number 6? And they will force a race 6 as they beat the 49ers. And here we go. Can the 49ers take the victory and move on to play the Saints, or will the Cardinals force a race 7? The 49ers will hit the line first and win. So sorry to Monster Jam Firestorm and the Cardinals. You did really good this year. But the 49ers, man, they're a dangerous team. And, yeah, they are going to be going to the NFC Championship Series to face off against the New Orleans Saints. And here we go. The Championship Series from each conference are set. Whoever wins this series will make the Super Bowl and will represent the conference in the Super Bowl. And here we go, as we will kick things off with the Dolphins and the Broncos. And here we go, it is the Dolphins and the Broncos who will go to the Super Bowl. And the Dolphins lead it 1-0, or no, the Broncos lead it 1-0. And here we go with race number 3. And the Broncos will win race 3, and the Broncos are 1 win away from a Super Bowl appearance. And here we go, if the Broncos win, they will advance to the Super Bowl. Let's see what's going to happen. And the Broncos, with a somersault, will advance to the Super Bowl. Congratulations, Monster Jam Master and the Broncos. You are going to the Super Bowl. So sorry to Monster Jam Curry Gaming and the Miami Dolphins. You did so good, and you represented the Dolphins well, but so sorry to you. Better luck next time in Season 2 as the Broncos are headed to the Super Bowl. And here we go for the NFC side. Let's go ahead and see who will advance to the Super Bowl from the NFC. And the Saints lead the series 1-0. And here we go with race number 2. And the 49ers will win race number 2. Here we go with race 3. And this is close. Either way, if that Charger was not there, I still think the Saints would have won, so I'm going to give the win to the Saints. And here we go. It is currently 2-1 Saints. Oh my God. Let's see what happens in race 4. And the 49ers will take race 4. Let's see what happens here in race 5. This was a big race, and the 49ers will take race 5 as they are on the verge of a Super Bowl. And here we go with race 6. Can the 49ers advance to the Super Bowl, or can the Saints possibly come back? And the 49ers are going to move on to the Super Bowl. So sorry to the Saints. You did so good this season, but better luck next time in Season 2 as the 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl. And just like that, I'm pretty sure it was Dead Panda. Congratulations. You did so good in Iron Man. And once again, so sorry to Bad News and the New Orleans Saints as the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos will meet in the Super Bowl. So this is our Super Bowl matchup. And like I said, there is going to be a signups video for the Super Bowl, and I will see you guys then.